ODDVENTURE is a turn-based RPG heavily inspired by Earthbound, to the point that it has an in-game museum dedicated to Earthbound memorabilia. The game is currently in early access, and I'd say that maybe that access is a little too early. On top of being full of grammatical and spelling errors, there's only a couple of hours worth of content at the moment. A lot of it's spent getting into somewhat tedious combat. I'll give it credit for trying something different though with its battle system. Rather than utilizing magic, characters have a mood meter as well as a motivation stat. So as you use skills based on your character's current mood, you'll whittle away an enemy's motivation until they can be spared. Or you can just kill them, which is faster, but it's obvious that the game is trying to set up an Undertale-esque pacifist route. My recommendation to the developer is that you make that route less of a slog to undertake. Battles just take too long, and there are way too many encounters in the open field. I've also found that it doesn't really matter which way you swing an enemy's mood, because it'll drain motivation either way. I mean, sure, some enemies are more susceptible to praise skills than scorning them, but it's not so much of a difference that it really changes your general battle pattern. And whenever I feel like I've already solved combat within the first couple of hours of a JRPG, it's not a good sign for my continued enjoyment of the game. And the bosses didn't really change the strategy either, which just makes it worse, in my opinion. On top of all that, the dungeons have very little in the way of rewarding alternate paths, and the lone village in the game only has one house and an inn to explore. So for now, I can't recommend ODDVENTURE in its current state, but since the game is early access, there's always a chance the developer can turn things around. The game does have the right kind of quirky energy and humor to it, and the main character's story is certainly relatable. But as it exists currently, it just feels a bit too much like a prototype.